All right, good morning guys. Dr. Frank here, at Chiropractic. I got my good friend Brent here. Brent and I go way back. Actually, Brent brought this card in. I don't know if you can see that or not. This is a business card I had printed off back in 2010. Now, Brent and I used to work for the Carpenters Unit together years and years ago. And I gave him this card at a golf tournament back in 2010. And here we are now, fast forward, what are we, 9 years later? He comes with this card and says he needs some help, so here we are. So Brent, here's what I want to do. I want you to tell everybody a little bit about how you were doing before you came in, a little bit about some experience with having chiropractic in the past.
Well, I had 3 years experience with chiropractor in early 2000 and didn't get any satisfaction out of that after 3 years, so then I did nothing for 7 or 8, 9 years. And I started getting allergy stuff happening, and nose was running for over a year, and chest and everything else. And I thought to myself, this isn't right. I'm not a guy to take pills. So I started asking friends if they were seeing chiropractors, and it was a hit and miss with them. So I'm thinking, I know a chiropractor somewhere. So then I think of you, and I think of the golf tournament when you were there giving massages, getting people ready for their golf game, and I thought, he gave me a card. I got that card somewhere. And here it was squirreled away in my desk at home. I found it, and of course phoned the number, and the number was no good. So then I left it alone for a couple of months, and I thought, no, I gotta track you down. So I grabbed the card, got on the internet, found you, made the appointment. After my first adjustment, I noticed my sinuses clearing up, my chest clearing up, and now today I've had, seven adjustments, and my sinuses are 95% better, my chest is 95% better, and the hips that I came into you for are, I can walk farther without burning pains.
That's pretty incredible.
So I'm glad I didn't throw that card away.
That's great. You know, it's pretty neat too, because you came in, I did a pretty thorough assessment with you, right? We did some x-rays, which were a huge part of that, right? And I taught you everything. It was pretty simple, wasn't it? And you know, when people understand the principle of chiropractic, it makes sense, doesn't it? It's not rocket science, it's very simple. The nervous system controls everything in the body, and if there's no dysfunction, subluxation in the spine, the nervous system just works better, and that's when people start healing.
And the 3D foot scan is
pretty
unbelievable.
Cool. I got some pretty great technology in here, and I've invested in that because you know what, I want the best here for you. So it's a pretty incredible story. We're 7 adjustments in. Today is going to be number 8. We're just getting started with you, young man, but it's just pretty amazing. And I wanted you guys to hear that from his mouth, not from my mouth, because that's pretty powerful. So.
And after you see his x-rays, looking at a normal spine and then looking at your x-rays, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that there's something wrong.
Yeah, it's simple, right? Because I don't just throw up your x-rays. First of all, I spent time teaching you what x-rays mean. Did I not?
Yeah.
So that when I showed you yours, you're like, it's that aha moment. Well, that's not good. But you understand what that means in terms of your overall nervous system function, in terms of your overall health, why you're having the symptoms you're having. And here we are now. We're on the road to getting people back to healing. And that's what I'm talking about. So it's all thanks to this horrible, horrible design of a card. But here we are 9 years later, man. So it's a pleasure having you. Thank you for sharing your story.
Don't throw those business cards out.
One word of advice for people.
Go see Dr. Frank.
Oh, good.
If you're not feeling right and you got all kinds of things going on, it's not normal. So look up Dr. Frank and get in and see him.
Well, one thing, I really appreciate that. One thing too is that there's just hope. You know, there's a lot of people out there who are suffering. They have symptoms, they've got headaches, they've got all these different body signals, and they just don't know where to go. Or they've been to everybody and they're not getting any help. They're not getting any results. They're not getting any answers. But if you can show a person what's wrong and what needs to get done to fix it, that gives them hope, does it not?
It does.
And that is a powerful thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a powerful thing. And when people have hope, well then, hey, then we sit back and watch the magic happen. So I love it. So cheers. Thank you for sharing your story, man. That's powerful. So thanks,
you.
guys. Awesome.